Welcome to Coruzant Technologies, home of the Digital Executive Podcast.
Welcome to the Digital Executive. Today's guest is Bill DeLisi. Bill DeLisi is the Chief Executive Officer, Chief Technology Officer, and a founding member of the Board of Directors for GOFBA, Inc., a secure search engine and communication platform. DeLisi is an authoritative expert on cybersecurity and has more than 30 years of experience in the computer industry, including holding the position of Chief Technology Officer at several companies. He has worked closely with Microsoft Gold certified partners, helping pioneer cloud computing and creating security infrastructures that are still in use today. DeLisi is responsible for the development of proprietary technology that serves as the backbone of GOFBA's platform and has over 30 certifications with Microsoft, Cisco, Apple, and others, which includes the coveted Systems Engineer with Advanced Security Certification, as well as expert status in cloud design and implementation. Well, good afternoon, Bill. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Awesome, Bill. This is exciting. I was looking at your profile and you're coming on the show and, you know, like me, you were a chief information officer and a chief technology officer. And so we're going to jump into those questions. I love talking a little bit about tech since this is a technology platform. So, Bill, your career, as I mentioned, is in technology as a C-suite executive, as a CIO, CTO, but now you're the CEO of GOFBA. Could you share with our audience the secret to your career growth and what inspires you?
Well, that's a great question. And, a lot of times people will look at their job and they won't really have a passion for it. And it's more of a struggle. So what drives me is I have a passion for my work. And a lot of people say you have to love what you do. Well, I love what I do, but I think it goes further than that. Let's say that you've worked several 18-hour days in a row. You're tired and a problem arises. It'd be very, very easy for you to dismiss it and put it off. But the key that separates the ordinary person from the extraordinary person is at that point. You have to dig deep, push past the pain of exhaustion, and work the problem or situation until it's resolved, no matter how long it takes. And many times I've worked 24, 36 hours or more without rest. And as difficult as it was, I pushed myself beyond what I thought was possible just to get the job done. And I became the go-to man and was relied on heavily when the situation called for it. And they just knew that I would take care of it.
That's awesome. You know, having some passion obviously gets you through those hard times. And like you, I ran a very large operation, IT operation, running several hospitals, and it was challenging at times. And I totally get those long hours. But when you're trying to, keep the lights on and satisfy customers, which really is my passion, that's what kind of takes you through those long hours. So appreciate the share. So, Bill, switching gears on this pandemic, right? It's hopefully starting to lift now. What's your plans for growth going forward? And will it be any different than the last 14 months?
Well, that's another good question, Brian. And, initially we had our employees working remotely and we had to give each one a secure laptop with a VPN to log into their systems at the office. And we were able to see them and their system, their screen, to make sure there were no unauthorized users or to make sure that they were not going into any unauthorized sites, such as social media. And they also had to have administrative approval to download and install any programs, which is very important to the security of any company. And now that they're back to work, we created a secure VoIP PBX system for communicating with customers. And we limit any face-to-face meetings at this time. And these changes allow us to operate within the new normal and still have a direct and meaningful contact with our customers and with our business contacts and with our vendors. So there's a lot of changes have gone on, but we still try to keep everyone like in the same groove and in a positive way.
Sure. I certainly appreciate the share on what you're doing as far as supporting your customers and having your staff having to, go through a challenging pandemic like this. So we do appreciate the share. And so, Bill, I know you're obviously leveraging some new and emerging tech within your tech stack, but is there anything you might be able to share with our audience today?
Yes, I would love to share a few things. We're excited about emerging growth technologies. One of the things that we love is AI, which is artificial intelligence, and machine learning. It's basically organizing your data sets to help predict query trends, like search query trends, demands for our advertisers. It helps detect the changing patterns of our customers' behavior by analyzing the data in near real time. I don't think you would ever get real time, but it's close.
Sure.
Even though, Brian, this is considered an emerging technology, we've been working on this for several years now, and we love it. Another one is RPA, which is robotic process automation, which sounds really cool, but it just involves redesigning your software to allow you to automate repetitive tasks. Repetitive tasks and business processes such as dealing with large amounts of data, processing advertising requests, and other things like replying to emails, something as simple as that. And this is something we're really getting serious about. We see the benefits that this will give us, and we're committed to employing this in the near future. Have you heard of this before?
Oh, absolutely. We deal with a lot of these conversations. I've had many CEOs from Silicon Valley on here, and we've got into some really cool things. So I appreciate you all leveraging the technology. Again, leveraging technology and making, lives, customers' lives and our employees' lives much easier by doing so. So thanks for the share. Do appreciate
my pleasure. Another one we like is edge computing. I'm sure you've probably heard of that. It's like having small data centers. Cloud computing was really great for a while, but as the huge amounts of data that we create continue to increase, the latency of the cloud computing becomes a bottleneck. And to have computer systems on the edge, so to speak, to process the time-sensitive data in remote locations with limited or no connectivity to a centralized location helps speed up the processes immensely. And some of the uses that we are using this with is like advertising changes, search queries, real-time news stories, things like that. How are you familiar with edge computing? I'm sure you are. Tell me
Yes,
what you think.
absolutely. Edge computing is kind of the future of computing now. Just to your point, as we get into the zettabytes of data,
Right.
we're going to see that big bottleneck with the cloud, and so we're seeing that today with these billions of IoT and edge devices. Basically doing the computation, and we need to be able to be agile to collect all that data. So that's amazing. And I appreciate you sharing what you are already doing today. So Bill, question I have for you now is on your background and your career. Could you share something from your career experience that might be helpful for those looking to grow their career in tech or leadership?
Absolutely. Brian, when I first started out in this field, I'm not a spring chicken, I devoured information on cybersecurity and technology trends. But as I started out, computers were in their infancy. They didn't have near the information that the people have access to today. But I had the passion that we were discussing previously, and I dedicated myself to learn as much as I could. And I did. I just studied all the time. I got magazines, went to libraries, and talked to different people, corporations, and people that were in the industry. And so I learned a lot by doing that. And what I would suggest with someone that is looking to grow their career in technology is first choose a technology that really interests you and that is emerging, like some of the things we discussed earlier. Second, study everything you can find on that field and stay on top of the new trends. And one of the keys is being willing to teach others what you've learned. And this will make you a valuable contributor to your company, and it will pave the way for you to be the very best in your field. And at the same time, Brian, by teaching others what you have learned, it allows your company to experience what a great leader you can be.
I love the share on that, Bill. Really do. And you're right about being curious and learning as much as you can. It will definitely pave the way for a successful career and also a successful life. So, Bill, again, I want to thank you. It was a pleasure having you on today. And I look forward to speaking with you real soon.
Thank you, Brian. I'm looking forward to it as well.
Bye for now.